Today we are accompanied by construction, rice field fires, barking dogs, and scooters. Oh my. That was 4, not 3. So the beat didn't really work. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Rice field fires and dogs and scooters and construction. Oh my. Okay. I'm Blizzard Planet. This is Self-Friendship Podcast, where playfulness meets societal reflection. Imagine this. You hopped on the band rocket, and now you're on Planit Butter, a world made of delicious, sparkly peanut butter. And an adorable disco ball of self-reflection is whirling around in her transforming convertible. Thanks for joining me in my 38th episode, where I'll be sharing my answer to last week's question, a word replacement for compare, how to eat a sandwich, a perspective dance with confusion, how to perpetually upgrade, a party of one, what to say when someone cuts you off, and so much more. And as always, a brand new question at the end for all of us to self-reflect and self-connect. And email me if you desire, selfriendshipodcast@gmail.com. My answer to last week's question of the week, which was, what's your handwriting style and what do you think it says about your limiting beliefs? So I intentionally did not do any additional research on this because I believe in sometimes giving ourselves the gift of wonder. We have the luxury of access to all sorts of information at our literal fingertips, but we don't always need to know. We like to know things because we're humans and our greatest skill is learning. This is why wonder is a gift. So sometimes I share things on Self-Friendship Podcast that are things I simply wonder about, but consciously choose not to research. Maybe later on I will, but maybe the moment will pass and my inspiration will lead me to something else. That said, second, I feel inclined to share, which you may or may now know, every day I practice writing with my dominant and non-dominant hand. My attitude is I'm fortunate enough to have both. Why not use them? So my handwriting with each hand is different. My left hand is my dominant hand and has about 15 years more practice writing than my right hand. So my handwriting with my left hand, for the most part, is pretty large, and I use all capital letters, and I also will flow the letters together instead of picking my pen up off the page. It's kind of like script in that way, but it's not script, and it's not consistent at all. I never know when I'm going to do that. It just happens. And my right hand writing is also pretty big, and I use all capital letters, but I don't have a flow with it yet. It's still really sloppy and slow. It's cute though. As for what I think this says about my limiting beliefs, maybe the fact that I tend to write with large letters and take up a lot of space while also flowing my letters together, I think that might mean that my limiting beliefs, though they're present, they don't concern me, and I'm willing to acknowledge and transcend them in a bold, spacious way. That's the best I got. Let me know what you come up with. selfriendshippodcast@gmail.com. Now a word replacement for compare. Relate. That's what we're really doing. I landed on this one when I was doing my daily writing with both hands. I wrote, it's fun to see what my left brain says related to my right. Because when I write with my left hand, I'm stimulating my right hemisphere of my brain. And when I'm writing with my right hand, I'm stimulating the left part of my brain. So I figure I have to be producing different ideas and sentences because of the difference in stimulation. And I think it's extra cool to relate the two. That's what strengthens my analytically creative ways, relating the two. If I were comparing the two, I would be compartmentalizing them from one another as if they are separate entities. But really, it's my one whole brain. Now, how to eat a sandwich. Okay, I thought of this when I was eating a giant tuna melt on sourdough with avocado, jalapenos, and cheddar cheese. It was really good. And I was sitting next to the pool at my spa here in Bali, just to set the scene. All right, if you don't already know this, the key to eating a big, giant sandwich that's very messy is to never put it down once you start. You can rest your hands while holding the sandwich, take some breaths, have a laugh, chat with a friend, but never let go of the sandwich. Now, let's consider that our hands are our adult self, and the sandwich is our childhood self. Our childhood self is big and messy, right? Years of development, years of conditioning, a lot of stuff going on there. But our adult self has the ability to hold our child self. Gradually, we take little bites out of our childhood self, savoring each moment as we self-reflect and self-connect. And over time, as we digest those pieces of our childhood, there's less of the messy sandwich. And our hands, our adult selves, are freer. Come on. That's a good one. Okay. A perspective dance with confusion. I said this in passing to someone the other day, and it struck me as equal parts funny and valuable. So here we are. Confusion is the most fun part of learning. I love to be confused. If I'm not confused, I'm probably not learning enough. Are you confused? I hope so. That means you're learning. Yay! All right. Beautifully following the previous little note, how to perpetually upgrade. Let's do it, guys. All right. We are creatures of learning. It is our greatest skill set. So with the understanding that we are ever learning, we can shift our focus to recognize that in moments of challenge or seemingly negative experiences, we can realize that the universe is asking us, are you willing to upgrade? Because if you do the shit that you know you need and want to do, the universe, which is infinite, which means abundance, we live in abundance, while we are here to perpetually learn, we can perpetually upgrade as well. Match the lessons with the abundance of the universe and realize that our evolution is designed to perpetually upgrade. When you practice self-friendship, embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. Honor your boundaries, become more confident, and be more in alignment and get those damn upgrades. You can do it. Okay, now a self-friendship article snippet from August 14th, 2024, titled, Everything We Do is Art. Ickle. So good. Okay, I can't not appreciate that article starts with art. And I can't help but be curious about the suffix ickle. And as you may or may now know, I love to focus on a fact and nurture it with my playfulness and optimism. Therein lies my so-called perspective dancing. Here on Planit Butter, we'll define art as human expression. That's it. Now, ickle, which I giggle at every time I say, you, I first want to appreciate that ickle on its own from an English alphabet standpoint, without knowing its history, which I will share in a moment, would be pronounced as isel. However, because the term article is commonly used in the English language, we've all been conditioned to pronounce it as ickle. Now that we've appreciated the silliness of ickle, let's be our playfully intellectual selves and appreciate that ickle on its own derives from the Latin diminutive words. The Latin diminutive suffix iculus, which is used to indicate something that is a small part of something larger. Article, human expression plus a small part of something larger. We can view every single action that we take as an article. Every action being a small form of our human expression, art, and the individual action as a small part of our whole selves and the universe at large. Ickle. Planit Butter's mission, united individualism, independently, together. Articles. Our self-friendship practice is our human expression, our existence, our conscious creativity, our art. A note on the English language. You know how sometimes parts of a word or letters in English are pronounced differently based on the other letters in the word, like how I just referenced with the term article? It's the same with our self-friendship practice. Who we surround ourselves with alters how we show up, how we are received, perceived, and expressed. Think about that. Now, a party of one. As a loving reminder, party of one means having fun with oneself, for oneself, as oneself, anywhere, everywhere, no matter who's there. We become our party of one by consistently practicing self-friendship. Each episode, I share little tidbits from my life that happen thanks to me showing up as my party of one. So, walking on the streets of Canggu in Bali is absurd because every single scooter that doesn't have a passenger on it, the driver that passes always asks, Miss, ride, miss? Where are you going? Some of them are hustling, some are flirting, and some think it's funny, which I heavily respect. However, if I wanted a ride, I would not be walking. I would already be on my ride. So it can be really fucking annoying to be constantly talked at when I'm trying to enjoy my walk. And it's especially annoying if I'm on the phone or voice noting and someone's yelling in my face, distracting me. My focus is very precious. A lot of the time, I unfortunately have to ignore them because I don't want to invest my energy in responding to every single scooter who abruptly enters my personal space. So, in my party of one ways, sometimes when I feel like answering them, I started saying, "Where are you going?" Because they go, "Where are you going? Where are you going?" And I go, "Where are you going?" It's just simple and silly. And when they beep at me to get my attention, I'll look at them and I say, "Beep, beep." I thought about buying a little horn to walk around with, but I don't really want to spend my time on that at all. But it would be fun. Nonetheless, I think these answers are really funny. And usually they laugh too, which makes it extra funny. And I actually want to highlight once more how I don't answer many of them because I do notice that a lot of people say, "No, thank you," every time they're offered a ride. And I just want to remind everyone, you actually don't need to be polite all of the time. Sometimes we need to conserve our energy, and they're invading your personal space. Your boundary can be ignoring them. It's perfectly okay. Okay. What to say when someone cuts you off? Speaking of scooters and traffic and such, say to yourself, "It must be really important." And say it in a funny voice to make yourself laugh. So like, "It must be really important." Something that you will laugh at. Okay. It'll diffuse any momentary frustration you initially experience. Don't take it personally. You didn't get cut off. Someone else has whatever their priorities are. You have yours. And also, chill out. It's okay. You'll get where you want to be or need to be whenever you're meant to, and the timing will be how it it's meant to. Now, a note on self-doubt. Self-doubt can show up in a healthy dose. Healthy doubt equals discomfort and preparation. Oftentimes, we're doubting ourselves in relation to something new, exciting, or intimidating, or all three. This can be healthy. When we think or feel doubt in relation to any of these types of experiences, we can remind ourselves that it's part of the process of receiving our upgrade. Our willingness to upgrade is reflected to us throughout these moments of what is naturally oscillation, wavering between who we've been and who we're becoming. Who we've been subconsciously feels safer, so we need to demonstrate our willingness to receive our upgrade to both ourselves and the universe by consciously overriding our subconscious in these moments of doubt. We do this by consistently reminding ourselves that this discomfort is preparation for that upgrade, that we are upgrading. Then the doubt perspective dances into optimism. When we are solution-oriented and have an undying optimism, we create the foundation for the willingness to have fun while embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. Self-friendship. It's a daily practice. Have fun with your life by becoming best friends with yourself and perpetually upgrade. Again, are you willing to upgrade? Go get your upgrade. Now, a perspective dance with low energy. We can be high vibes and low energy. Think of low energy as relaxation rather than low mood. When we are relaxed, we are happy, just calm. Too often, low energy is correlated to low mood and low vibes. That's it. Consider it. Knowing better versus being better. Our self-talk is a conversation between who we want to be and who we've been. It's the dance between knowing better and being better. It's responding to the mirrors around us and identifying which mirrors we want to continue to look in and which we want to respond to differently. When we experience a triggering interaction, we can optimize these moments by doubling down on our self-friendship practice. We can intensely self-connect and self-reflect during each and every confronting interaction by asking ourselves, is this a mirror of who I want to be or who I've been? Or how would I respond to this if I were already the person that I want to be? Marinate on it, write it down. Now, I love this one. 1 + 1 = 8. One whole who is embodying self-friendship and another one whole person who is embodying self-friendship coming together equals 8, which is abundance, infinity. Planit Butter's mission is united individualism, independent together. 1 + 1 = 8. One whole + one whole = 8. Expansion. Yay, partnership. Okay, a perspective dance. Boop, 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 boop. A perspective dance with rejection. I don't believe in rejection. In all facets of life, I don't get rejected. I'm a voice actor, an industry where people love to talk about how often they get rejected. But that's all a perspective game. Hence why we're here, a perspective dance. There's either alignment or there's not. And whatever's meant for me is meant for me. That's it. Sure, in someone else's mind, they may have rejected me, but that's their perspective. As far as I'm concerned, which is all that matters, we weren't aligned. Now, Blizzard's dictionary term. The phrase, in my humble opinion, makes me giggle because I don't think I've ever heard anybody use that phrase in a humble way. The mere fact that someone is saying they or their opinion is humble is indeed not humble. It's mostly used as sarcasm or to reduce the pressure from the person speaking. In other words, to limit responsibility or ownership of the opinion. Which, in my humblerident, that's the Blizzard's dictionary word, opinion, is really fucking lame. Nothing is cooler than being grounded in yourself and having an opinion. Self-friendship. Humblerident, an adjective. The definition, someone who is equal parts modest, self-aware, and confident. Ta-da! Now a new affirmation. I'm who I want to be. I'm where I want to be. And I'm doing what I want to do. And I'm becoming more of all of it. I'm who I want to be. I'm where I want to be. And I'm doing what I want to do. And I'm becoming more of all of it. Cool. Now, what is the question of the week? What's a recent experience where you were willing to upgrade? You might still be in the process, because we always are. Think about it. Email me, selffriendshippodcast@gmail.com. And to be notified of new episodes and receive more playfully helpful content, sign up for Planit Butter publication. The link is in the show notes. And the world's first coffee table book with a lesson. Bang. Party of One, Self-Friendship in Action, is out now. The book is where the world of Planit Butter comes to life, and Blissy, the disco ball of self-reflection, bops around, seeing friends and making new while having fun with herself, for herself, as herself. The hardcover is available internationally on planitbutter.com. Please continue to enjoy and review. It's super helpful. Thanks for landing on Planit Butter. I'll see you next Thursday. From my planet to yours, Blizzard. Beep, bap, boop, boop, boop. Oh, 23 minutes. Guys, that's my lucky number. Kisses for everybody. Here's my book again. Yay! I made this. Crazy. Cool. All right. Have an amazing week.